atrium, specifically the outer part of the right atrium. It means ear in Latin. What do you call your ear? Auricle, right. This is the right auricle. Right atrium. What is this vein here? Superior vena cava. What's this one? Inferior vena cava. What is the valve that goes from the right atrium into the right ventricle? What valve is that?
Tricuspid.
Tricuspid. What is the valve that goes from the right ventricle into the pulmonary trunk? What is that valve called?
Pulmonary.
Pulmonary valve, or semilunar valve, right? Where does the blood go to after going in the pulmonary trunk? What's the next place it goes to?
Lungs.
Lungs. Via what? Pulmonary arteries or pulmonary veins?
Arteries.
Pulmonary arteries, okay? They come back from the lungs and they go into what? Pulmonary veins, right? Where do the pulmonary veins go to? Left what? Atrium. And what's the valve in between the left atrium and the left ventricle called?
Mitral.
Mitral valve, right. And what's the valve, where does the blood flow after it goes from the left ventricle? Where does it go?
To the rest of the body.
How does it get there?
Through the
What's the largest blood vessel, artery in the body?
aorta.
Aorta, right. And what's the valve that
Aortic
is the
valve.
gateway, the aortic valve, right? And what are these here? These blood vessels, what are they? That go around the heart, and you see them here. You see the arteries and veins. What are they? No, what are the arteries? All of
coronary.
them. Coronary arteries. Is there fat around them?
Yes.
Why is there fat around them?
Probably to relieve pressure.
I don't actually know the answers to that. I don't know why there's fat around them. I'm not really sure. If you can figure it out, let me know. I don't know the answers to that. Extra credit. 2 points on your final grade. No, just kidding. Okay, so the aortic arch, what's the first branch called?
Brachiocephalic.
Brachiocephalic, right. What's the second branch?
Common.
Which common carotid?
Left.
Left. What's this branch?
Subclavian.
Which one, right or left?
Left.
Left. All right, good. Where does the aorta go to? What's this part of the aorta called?
Descending.
Descending. What is this part?
Ascending.
And what is this arch called?
Aortic arch.
Aortic arch. And what color is the White House?
White.
White. Okay. Where does the thoracic aorta lead to? What's the next step? After it goes down through the thorax, what does the aorta called? Abdominal aorta. Part of the descending aorta. What muscle does the aorta have to penetrate to get into the abdomen?
Diaphragm.
Diaphragm, right. The aorta splits into two arteries. What are those two arteries that it splits into to go to the legs? What's that? Femoral. That's further down. No, not mesentery. What's that? Iliac, yes.
Oh.
Common iliac, right. And if you start on the abdominal aorta, which is the highest, I'm going to give you a multiple choice test, which is the highest artery, the celiac trunk, superior mesenteric artery, renal artery, or inferior mesenteric artery? Which is the top one? Celiac trunk. What's next? Superior mesenteric artery. What's after that? Renal artery or inferior?
Renal.
Renal. And where does the superior mesenteric artery go to?
Small intestine.
Yes, small intestine. Where does the inferior mesenteric artery go to?
Large intestine.
Where do you think it goes to? Did you hear the question? No. All right. Were you paying attention? No. Okay. All right. Guilty as charged? You'll take a plea bargain? Okay. All right. So the question is, where does the inferior mesenteric artery, what does it supply blood to? Either one of you. You can call a friend.
Wait, you don't call me?
So, anyone, where does the inferior mesenteric artery, what does it supply blood? Which intestine? Large intestine, right. And what about the celiac trunk? Where does that supply blood to?
Stomach?
3 organs. Liver is one, stomach is another, spleen is another. Good. I think we beat that to death.